Hey guys, it's Core Ross and welcome to 6 News. So we've got our first teaser of the next season's operator Gadget, and it is indeed ice-based. The caption for this teaser is, "There's a chill in the air, maybe it's the weather or the beginning of the frosty end to your foes." And the teaser itself is a tiled floor or tiled wall with a canister on it which is emitting frost around it. Now presumably when you activate this device it will flash freeze everything nearby, so you kind of think of this as like a liquid nitrogen canister that will detonate and freeze things. Now what's unknown is if this is actually a location on the new map, because the new map is guessed right now to be potentially like the base of operations of Demus, who's the big bad guy in Siege this year, and it's supposedly a boat called Heartbreaker. And certainly you could have a wall like this for sure on that boat, but it also could well be on the mainland of Portugal. The boat is supposedly off the coast, but certainly it could well be that he's actually taking that boat back to his base, which is on land, and this could well be a Portugal location. We should also break it a bit down. So obviously the artwork on the tiles is sharks, which is actually very reminiscent of the original teasers for Wamai and Kali was kind of represented in that teaser as a shark. So this obviously has sharks circling, going towards the canister with what looks like an emblem in the middle that, to me, kind of represents probably defensive side of the team, which of course this operator has already been confirmed to be on defense. Now, what's this gadget actually going to do? So we know that he counters hard breachers in some way because he's going to work with both Bandit and Kaid. And I think being an ice-based gadget, it will probably slow down the actual times that hard breachers take for their charges to go off. So you could imagine putting a thermite charge up, setting off, and if this thing's on the other side of the wall, maybe then it takes another 10 seconds or something to breach than normal, resulting in potentially an easier bandit trick, or of course using Kaid as well. So a lot of potential there. Then the other thing that could happen is that this canister could be used on surfaces to again slow down operators or make them slip and slide on the floor, kind of pushing them out of cover when they're trying to move up a corridor or stuff like that. Now the big question is how the heck this thing works, because it doesn't look particularly technical. So I'm actually thinking this could be a gadget you shoot rather than activate. It could also be proximity based perhaps, but I'm kind of getting a low tech vibe off it. But of course we're only seeing one side of it, so it could well be that there's plenty of electronics in it. Now we already know the counters for this new operator as well. So they're going to be countered by explosives, which means this thing may well be bulletproof because they've gone over the fact that it is countered with explosives, which makes me think it is not countered with gunshots. So when this thing gets activated and the ice comes out, I could imagine that ice being bulletproof. And then they've emphasized two main counters, so Maverick and Zofia. So Maverick, of course, blowtorch, which would be great for melting ice. And then we've got Zofia, who was singled out by the developers in the teasers, saying that she was a counter. Now, of course, she's got explosives, so that makes sense. But I'm wondering if it also means that our concussion nades also break the ice, which would make a little bit of sense and give a really hard counter with Zofia against this operator. But that is the only counter. So explosives, Maverick, Zofia, that's it, which is not much. Now, I'm not expecting this to be like, say, for instance, Azami, where she can make walls. I don't think we're going to be making walls of ice to like use as cover. I think this is going to be placed on surfaces. So when you detonate it, it's going to freeze stuff. So imagine putting this on a reinforced wall, it'll freeze right through to the other side and then of course slow down the other gadgets on the other side like thermite charges or completely destroy them. I don't think it'll destroy them because it works with, apparently, Bandit and Kaid. So they of course destroy the gadgets. I think this operator is going to slow them down. And then other defenders that this operator synergized with is Pulse and Solus. Now, of course, they're operators who can see through surfaces. So you could imagine actually pre-prepping maybe a couple of these charges underneath certain parts of the map for Pulse. So he looks up, he gets a heartbeat on enemy contact, he shoots the canister, it freezes them in place. Then he puts a nitro cell up, gives him more of a chance to confirm the kill, maybe in case they're moving quite a bit, or even simply just shooting them through the surface. So I could imagine this being very good if not just you can set them off, but your friendlies can too, because you could just pre-place these all over the place, and then Pulse and Solus could use them whenever they want. So safe to say, right now, I am super hyped about Operation Deep Freeze. This seems like a potentially cool gadget. It's good to get our first little look at it, and it definitely looks like it just gets placed down on surfaces. So I'm extremely interested in how this is going to shape out. Then we've had all the other teasers that have been leading up to this, which have been brilliant. So we've got a teaser that more shield operators will be coming to the game, as in the current operators in the game will actually be able to choose a shield. And this is all going to come with a shield rework. Now that's not actually coming with the season, they delayed it. So it's going to show up in a test server mid-season, and then probably a season or two away from here, the actual shield rework will come in. But we now know that more operators will be getting the use of the shield. So that's certainly going to shake things up considerably. And then we've also got the rework to grenades, which is coming this season. And it sounds like they may be taking away the cooking of grenades, which I never thought we would ever see. But that seems to be the teaser for it. So that's pretty huge news. But yeah, so far, to reiterate, I am extremely excited about this new season. Definitely some things worry me, the frags and the shield up rework in the future, how that's all going to turn out. But I am absolutely loving everything about this new season right now. And of course, we haven't even had new teasers for the new map. So we've still got to get some teasers. There's a live stream on right now for the major. There might be another teaser that comes out today. So we'll see if there's anything else. But yeah, this is looking great. Subscribe if you want to, of course, keep up to date on this, and check out the previous videos and everything that's been shown off so far. But yeah, I am extremely excited. Now, going back to this new operator, let's just have a quick kind of roundup of what we're looking at here. We have a male Portuguese operator who uses a canister which freezes stuff, whether it destroys or hurts operators or just slows them down or makes them slide or destroys gadgets or slows them down. There's a lot of potential here, and it definitely looks like this is a gadget we place on a surface, and whether it's remotely detonated or shot is going to be a big thing, because if this thing can be shot, it's going to be amazing for Pulse and Solus. You could imagine Solus getting a lot more powerful just because of this. And if it's something where you can just put it up and then other people shoot it, that would be great, because you wouldn't have to stick around in sight with like Hyde and Bandit. They could just set it off themselves to slow stuff down and then put their batteries or whatever down. That'd be sweet. But it may be remotely detonated. It may also be proximity detonated. Maybe it actually detects stuff through the walls and then goes off by itself rather than being manually detonated. Or of course it's manually detonated and you might have to kind of watch over them, like for instance how Fenrir actually watches over his gadgets and has to switch them on and off. But anyway guys, let me know what you think in the comments below. Give me all your theories on everything about the new season so far and what you think this new operator is going to work like. And yeah, let's see if this ends up being really good. I'm hyped right now, so fingers crossed, and hopefully they'll also make it so the servers work as well. That would be very, very nice. That'd be a nice surprise if there was maybe a bug fix there. Anyway guys, thanks for watching. I'll catch you next time.